everyone. I'm going to do a quick yoga class for everybody, maybe 30 minutes or so. Let me know what you think and we'll just keep cruising. So go ahead and turn on some music that you enjoy. Unfortunately, I'm unable to play music and record the video at the same time, so you just get to listen to my voice. Lay out the mat in a comfortable space where you can move your arms around. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift the arms up over your head. Clasp the fingers overhead. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. Feel a nice stretch running along the sides of your body. Moving back to center. One more time, left. Exhaling to rise to center. Exhaling to lead over to the right. Inhaling, coming back up. Bring your gaze up to your hands. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Leaning forward, forward fold. So either touching the floor here, grabbing opposite elbows. Widen out your feet. Allow the head to dangle. Sway the hips from side to side. Finding that long, deep breath. Find some stillness at the center. Release your hands, place them on your shins. Inhale, rise up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands on the mat, walk them back into downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out left and right. And pause your dog walk. Push the hips up a little higher. On an inhale, lift your right heel up towards the sky. Then bend the right knee, kick the leg over, opening up the hips. Feel a nice stretch run along the fronts of the left thigh. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, draw the knee back in towards your chest, rocking forward on your hands. Slowly plant the foot up near the front of the mat. Swivel your left toes down so that your left foot is at an angle. On an inhale, rise up, warrior one. Point the tailbone down towards the floor. So instead of sticking your booty out, you're dropping it down. Bend that front knee. Open the arms a little wider. Bring the gaze up. And as you exhale, open up into warrior two. So change the position in your back foot. Level your arms out. Sink a little deeper into that front leg. Remembering to breathe. Gaze over your right fingertips. Coming into our reverse warrior, flip your right hand over. Exhale, lift the arm up towards the sky, reaching up. Feel that nice stretch run along the right side of the body. Exhale, turning into our side angle pose. Bring the gaze up towards the hand. Left arm runs along your left ear, so it's not up here, but let it stretch. You'll notice deeper stretch running along the left side. Now we'll move with our breath here. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, fold. If you'd like to try to take this pose a little deeper, extend your right arm down towards the ground, touching the fingertips or the knuckles, the palms, where you can flat hand it. Remember to keep your shoulders spinning towards the side of the room so you aren't crunching down like this, but you're remaining nice and broad and open here. Nice work. If you're up here, slowly swivel yourself down towards the floor. Place both hands on the floor in front of you and lower your left knee down towards the floor. Walk the hands in to the inside of your foot and sink your hips down low. Feel a nice stretch in your left hip as you push the hip down. Lift the chest up. You might find a little movement in your neck and from side to side. Now bring your hips up a bit, draw your abdominal muscles in, walk your torso up back into your high lunge, or low lunge. Low lunge. Grab onto your left wrist with your right arm, drag that arm up towards the sky. And exhale, lean over towards the right side of the mat. Feel that nice stretch intensify. Inhale, rise back up, release the wrist. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, leaning forward. Press the hands back down to the floor. Lift your left knee back behind you, and then drag the right foot to the back of the mat, coming back into our downward facing dog. Shake the hips out, left and right. Walk the feet out. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift the left heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Just feel a nice stretch running there along the front of the left thigh. Now draw the knee back into your chest, rocking forward on the wrist. Bring the foot towards the hands. On your inhale, slowly rise up into warrior one. Take a slight angle with that back foot. Checking in, all right? Grow tall in the warrior one. Bend that front knee. Point the tailbone down towards the floor. Give your ears a little bit of space. Release the arms down, the shoulders down your back. I'm going to turn my back to you here as we open up into warrior two. Keep the tailbone pointing down towards the ground. Left knee pointing forward, arms extended. Gaze over the left fingertips. Flip that left arm over. Inhale, rise up into a reverse warrior. Holding it here for just a moment. Remembering to breathe. We'll transition into side angle pose. So instead of pointing like this, you're opening up. And you'll notice the difference as you drop your thumb towards the ground versus pinky towards the ground. It's a nice stretch in your arm there. Now moving with our breath, inhale, rise up, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, side angle pose. And again, if you'd like to try the deeper variation, just release your hand down towards the floor. Moving slowly towards the floor. If you're up here or down here, just bring both arms down towards the floor. Swivel up onto your right toes, drop that right knee down towards the ground. And now sink the hips down towards the floor. I've heard this pose referred to as lizard pose. This is as good a name as any. That stretch in the front of the thigh is really what it's all about. Again, feel free to let your head dangle. Lift your hips up just a bit, walking yourself up, extending the arms up overhead into your low lunge. Grab that right wrist now with the left hand. Lean over towards the left. Exhale, coming back to center, hinging forward from the hips, leaning forward, plant the hands on both sides of the foot, lift that right knee up off the ground, drag the foot back, coming into our downward facing dog. Pedal the feet again, let the head sway, moving side to side. Drop your knees down towards the floor. Untuck your toes. Check in with your wrists. They're located underneath your shoulders. Your knees are under your hips. Take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round. Staring at the navel. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, come back to neutral, meeting there at the center. Move your hips from side to side, moving into bear pose now. We'll just take a few breaths here to feel into the side bodies, into the shoulders. Your inhale, come back to center. Refine that nice flat back behind you. Push down through the hands. Moving into our 50-50 plank. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, kick the right foot to the back. Get a little more space. Kick the right foot towards the back. Make sure that your hips aren't flaying out to the side, but round them down here. Reflatten your back. Get light in the left fingertips. So extend them forward. Taking a few breaths here. Re-engaging that core. Just draw the belly in a little bit more. Now we're going to kick up our arm and our leg 10 times. Ready? And pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hands. Lower the knee. Rock back into child's pose. Feel free to spread the knees nice and wide. You can use your arms as a pillow. Extend them out far. You can bring them back behind you. You can even stretch them up like this. Find something that feels good for you today. Your next inhale, bring your gaze back to your fingertips. Exhale, push through the hands, rock back up into your tabletop. Feel free to take any movements that might feel nice before we move into our other side. Wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Extend your left heel out to the back. Pinky toe swivels down to the ground so your hips are nice and square. Drawing the core muscles in, get light in the right fingertips. Exhale, extend the arm out in front of you. Find that nice non-moving spot to stare at. Re-engage the core. Alright, get ready for our 10 little pulses. Ready and kick up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hand, lower the knees. One more time in the child's pose. Just releasing and relaxing your lower back. Inhale, bring your gaze to your fingertips, coming back into our tabletop position. We'll give our wrists a little break. Flip your left wrist over, place it down on the floor. Squeeze the left fingertips in. Exhale, flick the fingers out. Inhale, squeeze in. Exhale, flick the fingers out. One more time, squeeze in. Exhale, flick them out. Other side. Flip that right wrist under, squeeze the fingers in. Exhale, flick the fingers out. Inhale, squeeze in. Exhale, flick out. One more time, inhale, squeeze in. Exhale, flick it. Let's take a little bit of stretch into our upper torso. Still in our tabletop position. Inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread the arm through underneath the left arm, slowly lowering down onto your right shoulder. You can keep your left hand where it is, or you can extend it overhead. Allowing the shoulders to stretch down towards the mat. Bring your left hands again back underneath your shoulder. Push through the left. Inhale, rise that right arm back out, unwinding the shoulders, and place the hand back down on the floor. Switching sides. Inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread that arm through, allowing your shoulder to rest on the floor. Extend the right arm up overhead, or leave it where it was, propped up. Pushing back into the right arm, extract the left arm up overhead, bring the hand back down towards the floor. Again, shake out any hip motion you want here. I'm going to do a little toe stretch. Tuck your toes back behind you. Slowly walk yourself back up over your toes. Slowly resting, relaxing into the feet. Take another breath here. Coming back forward, untuck the toes, straighten the feet out, resting gently on your heels. Roll the shoulder blades forward, up, back, and down. Allow the chin to rest towards the chest. Feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck. Lift the chin back up. Reach your right arm over your head, over to the left ear. So you exhale, slowly lower the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Get a nice stretch in this left side. Release the head, remove the arm. Switching sides. So lean the head over towards the left. Release the arms. Bring the legs out in front of you. Find any meat from underneath you. Just move it gently from side to side. Flex your toes to point towards the sky. Roll the shoulder blades forward, up, back, and down. Lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Nice long straight spine. Place the hands on the floor, lift through the torso, and then exhale, forward fold. Rounding down into the pose. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Rolling the shoulder blades back and down. Now we'll bring the soles of the feet together into our bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. Cobbler pose is another name for it. Grab your toes with your hands, lift and grow long in the spine. Slight tuck in the chin. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. You can use your elbows as leverage against your knees to help open up a little wider. Leaning forward, allowing the chin to float down towards the chest. This has been one of my favorite stretches recently. Inhale to rise up. Release the feet, shoulders back and down. Extend the legs out, one and then the other. Reposition yourself over your hips. Remove the flesh from underneath you. Now wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Plant the hands down on the floor. Lift and grow long. And then exhale, lean forward, forward fold. Taking a few breaths here in the center before moving forward. Begin to walk the hands over to the left foot. That nice stretch. Allow the head to sink down towards the chest. Walking back through center, over to the right side. Come back to center one more time, just enjoying that nice stretch. And find some free movement here, wiggling out the shoulders or the lower back. You lingering on one side or the other, and slowly push yourself back up. Help your knees come back together. Extend the legs out in front one more time. We'll inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Gaze up, exhale, hinge forward from those hips. Let the hands on the floor, grow long in the spine. And then exhale, round down into the pose. Inhale, rising back up. Shoulder blades back and down. Bend the knees, pull them back behind you. Coming back. First into tabletop, then tuck the toes. Exhale, lift the hips up. Downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out left and right. Just notice how different this downward facing dog is compared to the first one that we did today. Your inhale, bring your gaze to your fingertips. And we'll exhale, slowly tippy-toe our feet up to the hands. Just enjoying another forward fold here. Maybe take a wider stance with the feet. Just allowing the torso to sink down just a little more. Grabbing opposite elbows. Gentle sway from side to side. Coming back to center, release the hands. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, ragdoll yourself all the way up to standing. Drop the tailbone down towards the ground as you inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Grow long in the spine. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Now come to the center of your mat. Doing a little bit of balance work here. It's been a while, so make sure you're close to a wall or something you can grab onto for support if you're feeling a little out of practice here. So roll shoulder blades forward, up, back, and down. Hands point down towards the floor. Toes are parallel to each other. Draw the lower belly in. Nice and strong. Here we are in our Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, lift the right knee up towards the sky. And you can bring your hands to heart center here. Keep them on your hips or pointed down. Wherever's finding you balance. To exhale, open the knee out towards the right side of the room. And remember to keep breathing. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to exhale, kick the foot out to the front. What? Exhale, drop the foot down towards the floor. Walk the feet out. All right, find that mountain pose again. Everything is nice and in alignment. Get strong in that right foot. Exhale, draw the knee up. And again, an arm variation that you enjoy, hands on hips, heart center. Your exhale, open the knee out. Back to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, kick the foot out towards the front. Feel that thigh burning. Exhale, lower the foot down towards the floor. Again, shake out the hips. Come back to center. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Bring the gaze up. Exhale, big sigh, forward fold. Inhale, ragdoll yourself back up to standing, rolling the shoulder blades back and down. Finding our mountain pose again. We'll move now into tree pose. All right. Still by the wall, nice and safe? Okay. Get really strong in that right leg. Swivel the left foot out towards the left. Again, you can use that foot as a kickstand. Hands can come to the hips, heart center. I always like to start with the hips. As you feel ready, exhale, creep that foot up, resting it on your calf. If you're feeling confident with your balance here, you can reach down and place that, thank you all, left foot on the right thigh. Finding that stable balance. Again, an arm variation that you enjoy. Maybe hands at heart center, maybe arms up overhead. Heart center felt more balanced for me today, so I'll stay here. As you're ready, bringing your hands back down, release your foot slowly down towards the floor. Walk the feet out, walk the legs out. Make any readjustments to your foundation. Tailbone still points down towards the ground, shoulder blades still nice and broad. Moving forward, swivel that right foot out towards the right. Using the kickstands first here, and then as you feel ready, moving the foot up towards the calf, or reaching down, placing it on your thigh, avoiding the knee. No knee injuries today. Hands can come to your hips, or together at heart center. You can extend the arms out overhead if you like. Just remembering to breathe, finding a nice non-moving spot to stare at, keeping the core engaged, keeping that left leg nice and strong. Take a deep breath. We'll exhale, slowly lower the foot down towards the floor. Shake the hips out left and right. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Ooh, nice. Inhale, rise up, halfway, looking up. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees gently, slowly ragdoll yourself back up to standing, rolling the shoulder blades back and down. Now take a nice wide stance here. Edges of your feet are parallel with the edge of the mat. You might extend your arms out and say, hands are approximately where the feet are, nice and wide. Hands come to the hips, point that tailbone down towards the ground. Shoulder blades back, lift the gaze up. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips, leaning forward, all the way forward. You can grab opposite elbows in front of you, place the hands on the floor. You might even plunk your head down on the floor. Inhale, rise up partway. Plant your left hand down on the floor. Inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Bring the gaze up towards those fingers. Exhale, lower the right hand down towards the floor. Inhale, lift the left arm. If you can't quite reach the floor with your arm, go ahead and continue to just dangle here and enjoy this nice forward fold. Exhale, lower the hands. Meet back in that forward fold. Take a gentle bend in the knees. Again, we'll slowly ragdoll ourselves back up to standing. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Now, swivel your heels in. Take those nice big horse squats. So you exhale slowly, sit your hips down. Feel that nice, gentle yoga burn. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, bending back down.
Inhaling, rising up. Exhale, sinking down. Now taking a little bit of movement here, lower your left elbow to the left thigh, extend the right arm overhead. Now switch. 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 Now come back to center, straighten the legs. Oh, bring the toes back together. Heel toe the feet. A little wider than hips distance. Point the toes out. We're going to practice taking our yogic squat. So you'll slowly bend the knees over the heels. Sitting down. This might be where you are today. You might squat just a little deeper. You might reach the hands down. Make any adjustments you'd like with your feet. You might move them a little closer. You might be up on your toes here. Working towards slowly lowering those heels down towards the ground. Broaden the shoulders, open the knees. Lift the chest. And again, if you're still here, stay here. We'll slowly be working ourselves down. So as long as you can comfortably make your way back up again, try anywhere in this yogic squat journey. Find a little movement in your head and your neck. If you're down here and you want out, push your hands down into the floor. Stick the body up. Parallel your toes. Exhale, slowly round yourself back up to standing. Release the arms, the shoulders again. Lift them up, overhead. Exhale, bring the arms back down by the side. Whew. Shoulder blades roll forward, up, back and down. Turn to face the front of your mat. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold again. Walk the feet back to the back of the mat. Pedal the feet out left and right. Push through the arms, lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the knees down towards the floor. Open up the knees a little bit. Exhale, come down into your child's pose. Sink the hips back. Shake them a little bit, move from side to side. Now rising back up, bring the legs back out in front of you. Make a nice mountain shape here, V shape with the knee. On your inhale, lift the right shin up towards the sky, flex the right foot, cross that right ankle over the left thigh, open the leg out, and then slowly scooch that left foot towards the hips. You can walk your hips in towards the left foot as well. So this is just a seated version of figure 4. Remember to keep your right foot flexed so that you're not putting any extra strain on your right knee. And exhale, slowly release the left leg out, uncross the legs, to give the legs a little shake there. Coming back into that bent knee pose. Lift the left shin up towards the sky, keep that left foot flexed, cross the ankle over the left thigh. Find a nice comfortable position. And either walk the foot in towards the booty or walk the booty in towards the thigh. Booty in towards the heel. Feel that nice stretch run along the side of your right thigh, left thigh. Just breathing in to that nice stretch here. Now slowly release the right foot, uncross the left leg, extend the legs out, front and back. Now bend the knees back in again and slowly help yourself down onto the floor. We'll take a series of 3 bridge poses. So walk your heels in really close to your bum. You might even touch your heels with your fingers. Check in with your knees, that they're parallel to each other. They're not out, they're not touching, they're just right. Hips distance apart. Knees are in the proper place, finger touch the heels maybe. Feel your outer hips squeeze, engage your abdominal muscles. Feel your booty engage. And then we'll exhale, lift the hips up off the ground. Just momentarily checking in, the knees still aren't splaying out or coming together. They're nice and parallel. Hips lift. Exhale. Slowly lower back down. Make any adjustments that you'd like. Maybe you're moving your feet a little closer, a little farther from your hips. Take a deep inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the hips up off the ground. Walk your shoulders from side to side now, bringing the arms down underneath your hips, getting a little more arch in your bridge pose. Knees are still staying nice and parallel to each other, not splaying out, not coming together. Squeezing to lift just a little higher. And remember to breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the hips back down towards the ground. Unwind the hands. Unwind the shoulders. Feel the whole spine nice and flat, grounded down on the floor. All right, third and final bridge pose. Prepare yourselves. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhaling, lifting the hips up, walking from side to side on the shoulders. Keep lifting those hips up. If you'd like to move this pose a little farther, release your hands from underneath you. Lift them underneath your hips. The classic version of this pose is then to extend the legs out straight. But don't feel obligated to do any of that. Your next exhale, release, back down. Vertebrae make nice firm contact with the floor. Bring your arms out into cactus arms and slowly windshield wiper your knees from left to right. Releasing any tightness or tension in your hips. Coming back to center, slowly draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourselves a little rock from side to side. One more nice big squeeze here. exhale, lower the head and chest back down towards the floor. Extend your legs fully on the floor. Allow the toes to flop out towards the side. Hands, palms face the sky. Slowly close your eyes. Slow down your breath. And welcome to Shavasana. Slowing down the breath, relaxing the toes, relaxing the legs, relaxing the hips, relaxing the belly, relaxing the shoulders and the arms, the fingertips, your face, allowing everything to feel nice and supported by the ground. You can pause the video here and take a longer Shavasana, focusing on your breath. Begin to bring a little movement back into your fingers and your toes. Feeling a little more awake, and gently roll over onto one side. And gently make your way into a comfortable seated position. Your gaze can remain soft or your eyes closed, finding a nice, comfortable seated position. Hands can rest on your knees or meet together at heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. Namaste.